Imagine waking up one morning, pulling open the curtains, and the sky isn't blue. It's not gray. It's not cloudy. It's just dark, deep, endless, almost space-like dark. And the strangest part, it never changes back. No sunrise colors, no bright afternoons, no blue sky ever again. So what just happened? And how would this change life on Earth? Let's imagine it starts suddenly. Yesterday, everything was normal. Blue sky, sunlight, birds flying around like usual. Then overnight, something changes in the atmosphere, and the sky loses its color forever. The sun is still there. Day and night still exist. But instead of a blue ceiling above us, we get a dark, almost black sky all day long. The first reaction would be pure panic. People would check the news, social media, and weather apps, all asking the same thing. Is this the end of the world? At first, daylight would feel wrong. The sun would still shine, but without the blue sky scattering the light, everything would look dimmer and harsher. Shadows would be darker. Colors would look washed out. It would feel like living under a permanent solar eclipse that never quite finishes. Planes would still fly, but pilots would feel like they're cruising through space even during the day. Astronauts would probably say, "Welcome to our world." Now let's talk about temperature. A blue sky helps spread sunlight evenly across the planet. Without it, sunlight would hit the ground more directly in some places and barely at all in others. That means hotter hot spots and colder cold spots. Days could become brutally hot where the sun hits directly. Nights would become much colder because heat escapes faster. Deserts would get worse. Cold regions would become even colder. Weather would turn more extreme, more unpredictable, and more dangerous. Plants would struggle next. Plants don't just need sunlight, they need the right kind of light, spread evenly through the atmosphere. With a dark sky, sunlight would be harsher and less balanced. Some plants would burn. Others wouldn't get enough light at all. Crops would fail in many regions. Farmers would have to completely rethink how food is grown. Greenhouses would become essential, not optional. Artificial lighting might be the only way to grow food reliably, and when plants struggle, animals follow. Herbivores would lose food sources, predators would lose prey, entire ecosystems could collapse, not with a bang, but slowly and quietly. Now, let's talk about humans, because things would get weird fast. Our brains are deeply connected to the sky. Blue skies signal daytime, safety, and normal life. A permanently dark sky would mess with our sense of time and mood. Depression rates would skyrocket. Sleep cycles would be thrown off. People would feel tired, anxious, and disconnected. Even if they couldn't explain why, cities would respond by adding more light everywhere. Bright streetlights, glowing buildings, artificial daylight zones indoors. We'd basically build our own fake sky. And here's a strange twist. Astronomy would explode in popularity with a dark sky during the day. Stars, planets, and even distant galaxies could become visible far more often. Kids could see Saturn from their backyard at noon. The Milky Way might stretch across the sky all day long. Science classrooms would move outside. Space would feel closer. The universe would stop feeling abstract and start feeling personal. But there's a big downside. A dark sky would mean more harmful radiation reaching the ground. The atmosphere normally helps block and scatter dangerous energy from space. Without that protection, skin cancer rates would rise. Electronics would fail more often. Satellites would take a beating. Life wouldn't end immediately, but it would get harder every year. Now for the big reveal, the most surprising part. After decades of living under a dark sky, humans would adapt, not perfectly, not as slowly, but we always do. Architecture would change. Homes would be built to trap light and heat. Cities would glow like artificial stars on the planet's surface. Culture would change too. Art, music, and stories would reflect a darker world. The idea of a blue sky would become a myth, something kids read about in history books. People might say, "Can you believe the sky used to be blue?" And kids would respond, "Yeah, right. That sounds fake." In the end, the sky turning dark wouldn't destroy Earth overnight, but it would quietly reshape everything in nature, society, and even how we think. It would remind us how much we take the simple things for granted, like looking up and seeing blue dot. So here's the real takeaway. The sky isn't just a background. It's part of what keeps Earth stable, livable, and emotionally human. Change it, and you don't just change the weather. You change life itself. I want to hear from you. If the sky turned dark forever, what do you think you'd miss the most? Sunsets, blue days, or the feeling of normal life? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this What If journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more strange questions about our universe. Until next time, look up while you still can.